What happens when you take a jet engine and strap it to a motorcycle? You get the MTT 420RR, and let me tell you, riding this thing is the most insane experience I've ever had on two wheels. It doesn't just look like something out of a sci-fi movie, it feels like it shouldn't exist, but it does. And today, I'm going to take you along for the ride. The first time I laid eyes on the 420RR, it honestly didn't feel real. From the carbon fiber bodywork to the massive air intakes and that unmistakable exhaust turbine, it's a machine that radiates power even while standing still. But the real shock comes when you find out what's hiding inside. This bike isn't powered by your typical combustion engine. No, it's got a Rolls-Royce Allison 250C2OB gas turbine engine, yes, the kind of engine you'd find in a helicopter. And it produces a mind-bending 420 horsepower. That's more power than most sports cars, and it's all going to a single rear wheel. Starting it up is a ritual. There's no engine rumble or traditional revving here. When you fire up the 420RR, it winds up like a jet spooling on a runway. The pitch gets higher, louder, and sharper until suddenly you realize this thing is alive. The sound is so intense it physically vibrates through your chest, and when you twist the throttle, it doesn't roar, it screams. On the road, you quickly learn the 420RR isn't like any other superbike. Throttle response is delayed ever so slightly because of the turbine spin up, but once it hits the sweet spot, all hell breaks loose. It doesn't accelerate, it launches. The force pins you back like a slingshot, and the wind noise becomes deafening as you blur through the scenery. This bike doesn't just turn heads, it snaps necks, and despite being built for pure madness, it's not just some garage experiment. The build quality is genuinely impressive. The frame is custom aluminum, the suspension is race grade, and the brakes, you better believe they're top tier, because stopping this monster requires serious hardware. At high speeds, it remains surprisingly stable, probably because it was engineered to go over 270 miles per hour. That's not a typo. This bike is capable of speeds most people will never come close to experiencing in their lives. But here's the kicker: it's street legal. You can register it, you can ride it on public roads. You can pull up next to someone at a red light and rev a helicopter turbine in their direction. It's outrageous, and yet it's real, the feeling of riding. This bike is unlike anything else. It's part fighter jet, part rocket, part motorcycle, and completely out of its mind. You don't just ride the 420RR, you hang on and survive it. Every time you twist the throttle, your brain screams, this shouldn't be possible, but your body is already accelerating faster than it can process. Of course, all this madness comes at a price. Around $250,000. That's not a typo either. For the cost of a Lamborghini, you're getting a two-wheeled rocket that redefines the word overkill. But for the people who buy this bike, it's not about practicality, it's about making a statement, about owning something so rare and extreme it stops time wherever it goes. There are very few of these bikes in the world. They're hand-built, made to order, and every single one is a symbol of mechanical insanity. But there's something undeniably beautiful about that. In a world where vehicles are becoming more automated, more efficient, and more quiet, the 420RR is loud, raw, and dangerously analog. It's a celebration of excess in its purest form. So, what's it like riding the MTT 420RR? It's terrifying. It's thrilling. It's everything your parents warned you about. And yet, it's also one of the most unforgettable experiences you can ever have on two wheels. This bike doesn't just go fast, it defies reason. It's not just a machine. It's a wild ride that turns fear into adrenaline, and adrenaline into obsession. And now that I've ridden it, I can honestly say I'll never look at motorcycles the same way again.